The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, intense emotions across the South as thousands of medical professionals take to the streets demanding for better pay. Safety concerns around a Christchurch Marina may force it to be demolished entirely after years of deterioration. And a Dunedin auction offers some unusual exotic gifts for Father's Day, seemingly bringing animals back from the dead. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. Senior doctors and dentists are following in the footsteps of their nurse counterparts, taking part in rolling strike action across the country today. Medical professionals working in public hospitals are rallying together, demanding for better pay in a face of rapidly rising inflation.
Doctors taking to the Dunedin streets, calling for Te Whatu Ora to better invest in the health sector. Thousands of staff in the Association of Salaried Medical Specialists Union from across the country walked off their jobs at midday on Tuesday after refusing their latest pay offer. Protesters were seen rallying together in Dunedin, Queenstown, Christchurch and many more places around New Zealand. They're upset with the Public Health Agency for not meeting their demands and feel undervalued amid the current rising living cost.
When you invest money in health, and you invest money in your medical staff, your nursing staff and all the allied staff, that money saves you money.
The ASMS union declined Te Whatu Ora's recent pay increase of up to $26,000 a year, saying it failed to keep up with the inflation rate of 6%.
It's not about the money as such, it's about being valued, making sure that our SMO whānau stay and work here.
There is currently a shortage of 1,700 doctors across New Zealand, with medical professionals arguing Te Whatu Ora isn't training enough registrars to replace senior consultants.
We know that we're going to need to import overseas medical graduates to try and fill those gaps, and currently, with the current wages and the current system that we have here, we're not competitive in the international market to be able to do that.
The union is hopeful the government will put a much fairer offer on the table. Both parties are planning to meet again on Wednesday, ahead of further strikes set to take place later this month. Across the South Today.
Strong winds tore a large tree down onto a Dunedin road this afternoon, making for a close call with a lucky driver to escape relatively unscathed. The rotting tree crashed to the ground around Māori Road at around 2 on Tuesday afternoon, blocking the road in the Dunedin town belt. Fire and Emergency New Zealand responded to the scene after the fallen tree narrowly missed a woman who had just driven past as the large tree was on its way down.
So we've been called to a tree down across the road. We've responded. We're just doing some traffic and scene safety while awaiting the council. The person we spoke to who just passed through, the trees only just missed them.
The entrance to the road, which runs beside Jubilee Park, was blocked off. FENZ has informed the council about the situation, with DCC contractors set to help remove the tree's remains. A Christchurch Marina is being deemed a sinking ship, with it set to be removed from the bay after years of deterioration, causing some safety issues.
Demolition of Lyttleton's Magazine Bay Marina is set to begin this month. The over $600,000 Christchurch City Council project will remove most of the marina. It's been in the works since 2021 as part of a wider redevelopment of Naval Point. The council took ownership of the marina in 2000 after it was badly damaged in a storm, following its amalgamation with Banks Peninsula District Council. Council officials say the marina's structure has been deteriorating for some time, with it now beginning to present safety and environmental risks. Most berth holders have moved to alternative sites, like the more sheltered Lyttleton Port Company Marina in the inner harbour. Demolition work is expected to be completed by the end of the year. In Christchurch, the South Today.
The Otago Regional Council is pushing the boat out on water testing, bringing in some new technology to improve their efficiency. The council spent around $100,000 on 3 of these remote-controlled vessels, which are set to motor across Otago streams and rivers. Once rolled out, the autonomous gauging boats will help the ORC collect and monitor water quality data across the region. The council's environmental monitoring staff say the remote-controlled boats will make work more efficient, streamlining a usually complex process. A book sharing the story of New Zealand's longest-running country store has officially been launched, revealing its rich history and the impact the shop has had for over a century.
The Gilchrist Autorehua store has been around for nearly 125 years, keeping many families afloat during hard times in the small township. Many descendants of Thomas Gilchrist exchanged memories at the Autorehua Hall on Sunday, celebrating the legacy being told about the store in the new book, Thomas Gilchrist and Sons Limited of the Manitoto. Co-author Paula Wagemaker says she was approached to help write the book after the current store co-owner suggested it would benefit the community.
We thought we'd start out with a relatively small book, but it just got bigger and bigger, and we were doing it around our daytime work. It was purely voluntary on our part.
She says local residents have played a huge part in maintaining the general store over the years, and hopes the book will help preserve its long-running history, keeping its legacy alive. In the Manitoto, the South Today.
A range of unusual exotic items were up for grabs under the hammer on Sunday, making for some strange last-minute Father's Day gifts. Proctor Auctions set the stage for a bidding war, bringing some African savanna animals back from the dead.
Making its way from Africa to the Dunedin streets, this zebra head selling for $3,000. Proctor Auctions was home to an abundance of exotic animals on Sunday, auctioning off a range of valuable taxidermied specimens. A herd of 50 keen buyers attended the auction, making their bids on around 650 different items, including a giraffe skeleton.
We had a head-mount hippopotamus and the zebra here. Full-mount zebra. We had a whole lot of Hot Wheels toys, Matchbox toys. As I said, just a bit of everything really.
Auctioneer Ronnie Proctor says the bidding war was fierce for the antiques, believing the man cave theme fit perfectly for the special day.
That's what I thought. Yeah, Father's Day was a great day to have the auction. Yeah, a lot of Father's Day presents, I believe.
Proctor was pleased with the success of the auction, selling around 80% of the items up for grabs, but the most valuable piece, a $13,000 hippopotamus head, is still up for grabs. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whaiakane, still to come on the South Today. 2 central Otago towns go head-to-head on the sports field, and a peak-to-peak multi-sport race in the Southern Lakes takes runners to new heights.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
No, enough of that! My mate John's taken the axe to prices this weekend, so you'll save big, really big, giant.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Two central Otago towns went head-to-head on the sports field over the weekend for a friendly competition that's been running for centuries.
A huge crowd was in attendance for the closely contested battle between the St Bathans and Beck's rugby teams on Saturday for the 75th Wooden Cup match. Spectators were not left disappointed, being treated to a nail-biting contest near the Beck's Memorial Hall, with St Bathans just edging the game 32-30. The two teams have been battling for the Wooden Cup since the 19th century, when Irish gold miners in the St Bathans area would play against the Welshmen and Cambrian. It wasn't until 1995 that the first hockey game was played between the two central Otago townships, competing for their own Wooden Cup. St Bathans was able to come out victorious on the turf as well, taking home the trophy with a dominating 4-2 win. In Beck's, the South Today.
A winter adventure race event got underway in Queenstown over the weekend as competitors geared up to rush from one snowy mountain to another. The peak-to-peak multi-sport race runs from the top of the Remarkables ski area to Coronet Peak, while treating participants to some scenic views.
Running as fast as they can down the slope to get to the next, as the peak-to-peak multi-sport race got underway in Queenstown on Saturday. The weekend event saw over 500 competitors from across New Zealand and Australia gather in the resort town and raced 44 kilometres from the Remarkables ski resort to Coronet Peak. The endurance racers travelled across 5 different sports stages in which they could compete solo, in tandem or in teams of up to 5 people.
So they start off with a 2-kilometre ski, then they got a 17-kilometre mountain bike to Frankton Beach. That's followed by a 7-kilometre kayak to Queenstown Bay, and then after that they head into a 9-kilometre run up to Arthur's Point, and it finishes off here with a 9-kilometre road bike.
Competitors range from as young as Year 7 and 8 students to senior legends, and peak-to-peak race director Adrian Bailey is happy to see so many youth teams taking part this year in the long-distance race.
Great, so great to see so many teams coming back and, you know, supporting the events, being part of the event itself, and really encouraging to see a lot of the youth teams taking part here today, especially from Southland and Central Otago, coming here and being part of the bigger picture.
Cameron Jones took first place in the men's solo category, beating his second place competitor by 10 minutes with a time of 2 hours and 17 minutes. And Hannah Lung came first in the women's solo category with a blistering time of 2 hours and 40 minutes. In Queenstown, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Thousands of southern doctors and dentists took to the streets today after declining their latest pay offer. Lyttleton's Magazine Bay Marina will be demolished this month after being deemed a safety and environmental risk. And it was a bidding war at Proctor Auctions over the weekend as hundreds of taxidermy animals went under the hammer. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Good to hear.
What can we expect in the midweek paper?
Well, we've got news of an A-list celebrity fetching up in Stewart Island of all places.
Oh.
You'll just have to read tomorrow's paper to find out who's spending a little bit of the summer, our winter I suppose.
Sure,
in
great
that neck of the woods.
Yes.
We've got a follow-up to yesterday's story about South Dunedin and potential possible voluntary property buyouts and what the residents down there think of that.
Okay.
We've got a story of a near miss in the town belt in Dunedin where a tree collapsed over the road and a driver had a narrow escape. In our sports section, our rugby writer is questioning why the Otago rugby team is so awful this year.
Oh, brutal.
They really are, it turns out. And our quarterly fresh publication, Lift Up, with lots of food and drink news is in tomorrow's paper as well.
Lovely. Oh, we look forward to it. Thank you for sharing this evening, Mike.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, expect a significantly warmer day tomorrow as northwesterly airflow increases over the region with plenty of spring sunshine. Heading to the top of the South Island. Fresh with northerlies at first up in Nelson with 19 before some late showers. Greymouth is breezy with 16 and late rain, while Christchurch breaks that 20-degree mark tomorrow, gunning for 21 with sunny breaks and nor'westerlies. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Nor'westerlies and high cloud take the edge off on what will otherwise be a warm sunny day through here. By numbers it gets up to 21 in Ashburton, 20 in Timaru and 19 degrees for Oamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. It's looking great through here midweek too, with gusty nor'westerlies and showery pockets closer to Queenstown, which will get up to 17, 18 for Wanaka and a lovely 20 degrees incoming your way for Alexandra. Heading further south, strong nor'westerlies and late rain inland here with 17 degree highs for Gore and Balclutha, the Catlins 21 degrees. Across to Invercargill, cloudy tonight as it drops to 8. Tomorrow's fine first up with 17 degrees tomorrow before late rain and strong winds. Thursday still a bit gusty with westerlies, cloudy skies and 17 degrees. And finally heading to Dunedin. Cloudy tonight with a low of 8 degrees. Tomorrow sunny with high cloud, breezy northerlies and a high of 19. Then Thursday looks mild with southwesterlies and mostly sunny skies, enjoying 17 as the day's high. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. And you can also follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
UPVC Windows and Doors is a local Dunedin company who manufacture, install and service everything they make. Sign up this month for a free glass upgrade. Call UPVC Windows and Doors today. Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
My mate John's taken the extra prices this weekend, so you'll save big, really big. Giant savings! Plus, pay it off with over 36 months interest-free.
And my mate John.
Welcome everyone to the 30th Special Rigs for Special Kids. This is a day for a child to get to know the driver, to experience what we experience every day. Go for a ride in a truck. Once again, that's a real big event on Dunedin's calendar, and thank you for your support. See you on the road.
Thank you, Greg.